Hey guys, welcome to another Coturnix Corner Live. Glad everybody could join us. Today we are going to do another member spotlight with a member that you guys are probably all familiar with. Joining us today is Kenny Mitchell and his girlfriend May of New York Coturnix. Welcome both of you.
Hey, thanks, Terry.
How glad to have you guys here.
I'm glad to be here.
Cool. All right, Kenny runs a really cool YouTube channel called New York Coturnix, where he shares a lot of good information on, keeping Coturnix. He also does a lot of cooking segments on his show, which is pretty cool. Kenny looks like he's a good cook, but you're lucky, May.
Depends on who you ask.
Cool. So we're going to be talking a little bit more with Kenny shortly. We're going to find out what's going on over at New York Coturnix and find out what his future plans are, what he's doing nowadays. But first, as always, I got a couple quick announcements to run through. Big shout out to our channel supporters, Southwest Game Birds and Hatching Time. HatchingTime.com, you can visit them. They have donated a $50 gift certificate to give away to one lucky winner tonight. And also, Southwest Game Birds offers a 10% discount on anything on their website when you use the coupon code Coturnix Corner. Another thing I want to, I know a lot of people already know about this, but I want to bring it up. Michael has also donated a 30 count of the new Calico Fee line that he's been working on. This line is not yet available to the public. So one person tonight is going to get a 30 count of the hatching eggs. But what I need you to do is comment Calico Fee in the comment section if you want the eggs. The reason I want you to do that is sometimes we choose a winner that isn't quite ready, to hatch eggs, or they really don't need the eggs. So if you guys could comment Calico Fee if you want the eggs, we'll put you in the list to possibly win it. Also, I want to talk about a new live stream that we do every Friday at 7:30. It's called Shop Talk Live, where we do live workshops. We have discussions. Last week we built a wire transport cage, which is pretty cool. I mean, I like that thing, and it's really useful. Also, we have our continuing series on Coturnix Quail Color Genetics, which is hosted by Allie of Maine's Confetti Quail Farm. Allie has been a little bit busy the past few weeks with some business that she's got going on, but she assures me she'll be getting back at it very shortly. Episodes are streamed live over on Facebook and reposted here on Coturnix Corner YouTube in a playlist, so you can check that out. There's already a half a dozen or more genetics videos in there, and I would recommend everyone, whether you're interested in colors or not, to get a brief rundown on genetics, because even with the farrows, the jumbo farrows and whatnot, if that's all you're going to keep for meat and eggs, it still helps to have a good understanding of genetics. So also, I want to give a shout out to our moderators. I see Lauren's in here. Lauren is one of our moderators. She's in the house tonight, and Henriette's not joining us tonight. She texted me earlier and said that she is not feeling well, so we gave her the night off. So that's about enough talking out of me. Kenny, if you're ready, why don't you go ahead and update us what's been going on in your life, what's going on with New York Coturnix, and what plans are for the future.
Well, thanks again for having us on the stream, Terry. And hope Henriette, I'm assuming that's Boolean, feels better soon. Hey, how's everybody doing? Yeah, so it's been pretty much a really busy summer. I mean, of course, to do the channel in the first place, just like Terry, you have to have a little bit of videography skill, and that ended up taking off into me being what's known as a stringer. I go around getting news footage for stations local and abroad, A lot of weather footage, a lot of special interest stories, stuff like that. Press conferences, a lot of press conferences.
Cool.
So I've been developing my portfolio, getting a lot of equipment together. The birds, I did still raise birds up until a couple of months ago, and it's not like I quit because I'm definitely getting back into it. It's just that I, you know, need more space. I'm in a one-bedroom apartment right now, so all there is to do right now is really cook and learn and,
Yep.
and eat, of course. So, yeah, the channel I've been getting back to making a couple of videos, mostly cooking videos, another update video. I have another channel. I'll post a link on both of those later on. But the other channel, Pink Hat Network, is where I do all my videography stuff. So it all falls in hand in hand. New York Coturnix is going to fall under Pink Hat Network, and we're going to be doing a
Cool.
lot of stuff in the future, especially once me and May move into a bigger place.
All
So
right.
yeah. And
Very cool.
all of you guys, I really appreciate all of the support. None of the negativity, none of that has shown through. Like my last YouTube channel years and years ago when I did a tech channel. But you guys have been lovely, and I've learned a lot from you. And hopefully, I can continue doing exactly what I've been doing, for the last almost 2 years now.
Cool. Very cool. May, did you have anything you wanted to add to that?
It's been fun.
What's your
She's
job
here
with
me
Kenny
all
now?
whenever I'm cooking, she's the one that I'm feeding. 9 times out of 10, I go on my assignments to get the footage and everything. She gets to be there with me. She's the one that usually takes the pictures of me taking
Right.
pictures.
Yeah, yeah. I've learned a
Cool.
lot, and we've eaten a lot of interesting things. So I look forward to what we're going to do in a bigger place.
Right. Very nice. If you're ready, Kenny, I go ahead and pull up your slideshow real quick.
Yeah, if you want to bring that slideshow up, that's great. And I'll let you know what the pictures are about as we go along. Oh yeah. So this is actually the bird on the right. That's one of the biggest birds that I had. That one I just had to show off. That one came off of my Facebook page probably, or did I send that to you?
I think you sent that
Um
to me.
yeah, that one was a heavy guy right in front of the cage that I built earlier 2 summers ago. And this one over to the left, that one I was actually just taking some pictures of birds. I think it was last year, and I took the different genetic mixes that I had out of the cage and started taking pictures of them one by one. And I didn't know exactly what that one was at the time, so I remember posting that one and asking, "Hey, what am I looking at at here?"
All right. Cool.
And that's my son Blaze with another one of the bigger birds. These birds, I don't remember exactly what they were weighing in at, but they were definitely jumbo. One to the right is another one that I had a question about. I couldn't remember exactly what the answer to that one was,
Mhm.
but yeah, I had probably about 30 of that color variety at one point in time.
Sweet.
And the rolling cages, yes. So I have mixed emotions about the cage system.
That was an adventure.
Yeah. So we bought this off of another one of the group members over on Grand Island, and I remember actually I bought a chicken coop off of her too at some point in time. And on the way back, part of the cage, fell apart, and I ended up having to replace the parts on that. But that's what I get for strapping it to the top of the car. I ended up selling it only because, of course, A, I'm not raising birds at the moment, and no space for it. So the reason for the mixed emotions was because of the lack of space. But if you're churning out birds for meat and eggs, it really doesn't matter, so to speak.
Mhm. Right.
But yeah, I mean, it is a cage system that I'm probably going to look at in the future again if I don't build something similar to it using your videos.
There's the cages.
Oh yeah, there she is. So she's still standing, still ready to go. That was probably the best build I've ever done as far as carpentry is concerned. I've just been doing this for the last 3, maybe 4 years, building planter boxes and stuff like that. We've had a couple of really bad storms, and I'm surprised it's still standing, but it's still there, and that's exactly where we're going to be raising birds. Come hopefully this spring, summer.
Nice. Where did you get the plans to build that, or is that your creation?
That came from Slightly Redneck, actually.
Okay.
Except I took it and double tiered it, and
Okay.
it wasn't the best idea because it's kind of a pain to clean, but it's functional.
Yeah. No, it looks nice. I love that cage setup.
Thank you. Rabbit. Yeah, so we made rabbit the other day. I roasted a rabbit. Come to find out, if you cook it too long, it gets tough. But that was, along the lines of every other thing that I do. It's, going to be a little bit different. So quail, rabbit, alligator, duck. These are all the recent things that we've been eating around here. We've got curry chicken in there right now cooking. And
that rabbit was delicious.
You think so?
That was one of my favorite recipes, and
Looks good to me.
Well, thank you. But yeah, and then of course May taking pictures of me in the kitchen, and yeah, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
So is
But yeah,
that
that's the setup.
with the camera set up? Is that a video that you did for your channel, or?
Yeah, that was actually, I believe that's when I was doing the live. Was that when I was doing a live feed? No, that's when I was doing the video on the curry rabbit, if I'm not mistaken.
That was
But
curry.
yeah, that's definitely what I use for the new stuff, what I use for the channel as well, as opposed to using my phone, which I was using.
Yeah, that's a nice setup.
Thank you. Oh yeah, my brother got married, and I look like my father apparently. Isn't May beautiful? Yeah, we've been doing a lot of traveling. We went down to, let's see if I can pronounce this correctly, Murfreesboro,
There you
Tennessee.
go.
And yeah, my youngest brother, he got married, and I decided to wear a suit for the first time in years. And you are beautiful. Oh my goodness.
It was fun.
I like the
Yeah,
tie
we've been-
matches the hat, huh?
Oh yeah, pink something
Pink
all
hat,
the
pink
time.
tie. Nice.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of traveling, and yeah, May again taking pictures of me taking video shots and pictures. I'm pretty sure the one to the left, I was getting footage of a industrial fire that, well, it wasn't going on at the time,
It's the
Right.
shell.
but it was the shell of the building. Yeah. And
I hope
the
that's
one
your
to the
car that
right,
you're standing on.
yeah, yeah, I sold that one back to the dealership. The Chevy Trax was not my favorite. But the one to the right, unfortunately, was a shooting that happened at a restaurant around the corner from here. Guy
Oh,
who worked in
really?
the kitchen was carrying a gun, and I don't know what happened. He ended up dropping the gun, and a bullet ricocheted and hit one of the customers on the patio. It was a mess.
No one died.
No one died.
Well, that's good.
No one
Wow.
died. Sorry.
Oh yeah, and just more footage. That's an event that the mayor, had at the firehouse. I don't remember if it was book bags or what have you, but that over to the right is actually just hobby footage. Me over by the water,
Hmm.
and photos courtesy of May again. It's like she takes
Nice.
most-
Here we go.
Ah, yes, Ruby's red slipper and Ruby's other
I'm
red
gonna move
slipper.
you out of the way for that one.
Thank you.
Give us
So,
a rundown on them slippers.
So we went to the Smithsonian. You want
Yes, the Smithsonian Museum of American History.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, that one. There's museums all up and down Constitution Avenue. But anyway, these were ruby slippers that were actually used in the filming of The Wizard of Oz.
Nice.
Yeah, and they don't match. One's a sequence pair, and the other one's kind of beaded. I mean, I don't know if they can be zoomed into it all, but you really can't tell until you get up on these things. And they apparently had them behind about $50,000 worth of glass.
Wow.
Yeah.
And those were the actual
I mean,
slippers worn in the movie.
Yep.
A couple of the pairs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they made like 6 or 7 pairs, they said, and
Right.
those were the ones that lasted.
That's pretty cool. All right. If that's about it, you got anything else you want to update us on as far as what you plan on doing with your channel in the near future? Or
So for now, we're going to be doing a lot more cooking videos just for the moment, to keep stuff going on the channel. As I mentioned before, um, I'm going to have May doing a lot more on the channel,
there you
actually.
go. Nice.
She finally has agreed to that. So, with the cooking, we'll be getting a lot more interesting shots too, 'cause she's learning how to use the camera. But in the future, it's going to be a lot of genetic stuff, because that's something that I'm also interested in. Once I have
Cool.
the space, I'm gonna, the Italians were among my favorite,
Hmm.
but they were kind of problematic, as we discussed earlier.
Yeah.
Some of them were outright suicidal, and I mean, there's got to be a way around that, but. Moving forward, is going to be pretty much the same stuff. A lot of quail education stuff. I don't know how much stuff I can research and put out there, because it seems to be, a limit of stuff out there. But like I
Right.
said, I learned a lot from you guys. Thank you. And, between you and your group members here, and yes, the group is getting really big. Congratulations on that, Terry.
Oh, appreciate it.
So there will still be a lot of stuff going on. As I mentioned before, I'm going to put the link to well, actually, if you come over to the channel, New York Coturnix, youtube.com/C/New York Coturnix, there's a link to the Pink Hat Network on there. So a
Okay,
lot of
cool.
the work will be put on that channel as well, just for the sake of continuity.
Right. Nice. Very good. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the questions and see what we've got going on over there. Just a quick reminder, guys, if you're interested in getting the hatching eggs, please comment Calico Fee in the comment section. You can put it along with your question, or you can, put it by itself. That way we know who is wanting the eggs and ready to hatch eggs. So I see we've already got quite a few that have commented, so that's good. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the questions. Don't know how much we got.
I actually can't use the eggs. I just wanted to say Calico Fee.
Yeah,
That's
there
all.
you go. Okay, Tony's in the house. Hi from Toronto. Donna's in the house. Hello from British Columbia, Canada. Mark Wilson says hello. Buffalo from Watkins Glen. There you go.
It's Glenn. Yes.
Rochelle Farm. Mark says, Terry, what beer do you have on tap for us this evening? Sorry, bud. Yeah, bud. There you go. How's that? Christian B says, hello, everyone. Montreal is here.
One of the cleanest places on earth. I love it.
Yep. Oh, that's right. You've been there.
Oh yeah.
Travis Hansen says, hello from tropical Minnesota.
Oh, I love how warm it is there. You guys getting that lake effect, son?
Ban Garcia says, thumbs up. Junie's in the house. Hello from Richmond, Virginia.
Hey.
Madeline says hello from Wisconsin. I'm just going to run
Stop
through
it.
these hellos real quick till we get to some questions. Gary says good evening to all from Spring Ranch. Rob says, what's up, everybody? Rob Moore from Petrie, Alabama.
Sup, Rob?
Kenny's in the house. Hey, everyone.
Hey, everybody.
Nabiki's in the house. Hi from Mary Quail in the San Francisco Bay Area. Welcome, Nabiki.
Bay Area.
Steve Day, hello from Indiana. Klaus is in the house from, I love it. Good morning, good afternoon, evening, or whatever you have. Klaus is joining us from the Netherlands. Welcome, Klaus. Danny
Yes,
Redden says,
7:30
hi all,
almost.
chilly night here in Nova Scotia. Did you have something you want to say there, Kenny?
No, I was just saying it's almost 7:30 p.m. to Klaus.
Oh, yeah. I think he's at like 1:30 a.m. right now, maybe 2:30. Yeah, it's 1:30. David's in the house from rainy central Missouri. Amanda says,
Great.
hello, newbie from Kentucky. Already loving my few quail.
Awesome.
Kentucky was very
There
good.
is our moderator, Lauren. Good evening, all from sunny Pennsylvania.
Hi, Lauren.
Hello.
Jeff says, hey, all from Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Oh, never been
Okay,
there.
those guys are talking to themselves or to somebody else. Adirondack Quail and Duck Ranch says, hello, all.
Hey, hey, hey.
Mark Wilson, does everyone on here raise quail? I'm hoping to start this spring. I'm pretty sure a lot of us do.
At least 80% to 90% are looking to start raising quail at least.
Right? Shane Thomas says, howdy from Mars Hill, North Carolina. Travis says, just starting out too. That's to Travis.
Good luck
Kiki's
to
in
you,
the
Travis.
house, says hello, everyone. Kiki runs
Hey, hey.
the Backyards Chicken channel. Michaela says, hey-o.
Heyo.
Bill Roberts in the house. Hi from Michigan.
It's warm there too right now, huh?
Jeff Hardy says, question, what's the best way to cull a baby chick when it needs to be done? What's your
My
thoughts
opinion-
on that, Kenny?
My opinion, that was that. You remember those cheap shears that I got from Amazon?
Yeah,
It's pretty much been the only time I've ever been able to use them effectively.
right.
It's a really quick job. I don't feel right pulling the head off of a chick, so to speak.
That's the way I do it. It's fast and quick and easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I
Just
don't.
so. Yeah.
You're gonna
But
offend
it has to
somebody no
be
matter
done.
what way you do it. So
Right. It has to be done. You just have to figure out how you're gonna do it. You know.
right. Valerie's in the house. Hello from Connecticut.
What part of Connecticut? Well, I probably won't get that answer for a while. But I used to live in Connecticut. Hey.
Oh, did you? Mark Wilson
New
says,
London
hope to
and
get
Groton.
to know many people. Ashton says, hello from Texas.
Hey, hey.
All right, Michelle Rushing's the first one to holler out Calico Fee. I'm also going to skip over all the people that said Calico Fee unless they have a comment or a question to go with it. Mark says he wants some of those Calico few eggs. Okay, you're going to get a few eggs, Mark.
Calico View.
Crypto's in the house. Hello from Northeast Texas.
Hey, hey.
Nabiki said, I would very much like to get some of those. They're gorgeous. I think they are too.
They are.
Harley's in the house. Harley's Game Birds and More. Hello from Illinois. Hello, Harley.
Be right back. Going to stir the pot. I'll be right back.
Not a problem. Amanda says hi from Louisiana. Tracy McGee says hello from Southwest Florida. That's cool. Another Floridian in here. Yeah, here's Kiki says this is to Jeff. Cut its head off with one snip. I always say this wrong. It's Vasil or Vasily. Hello from Georgia. John T says hello from the fort.
Which
Rochelle
fort?
Farm says hello all. Mark here from Connecticut. Another Connecticut,
Yeah.
whatever they call them. Steve Day says Hoosier.
All right.
Nick Dorrell's in the house. Hey, everybody, coming at you from Evans, Colorado this evening. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you.
Hope you're doing well as well. Love these greetings.
Jack wants to know if Kenny Mitchell was a boxer in the 80s.
Yeah, I was wondering about that question. I was not. I was a small child in the 80s.
You must be talking about another Kenny Mitchell. Now you didn't miss nothing there, Jack. Lauren says, super excited about the Calico Fee. Looks absolutely beautiful. Kiki says, Houston, Texas in the house. Welcome again, Kiki. James says, hey, from Maryland, soon to be New York. Signed the contract, selling my house off to New York and raising quail next month. Congratulations. Green Acres is the place to be. Farm living's life for me. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tim's in the house from
Welcome.
Michigan.
There's a lot of Michigan in here.
Yeah, there is. Mark says, thanks. Been watching plenty of videos. Hope to get things built up after I heal from shoulder surgery. Ooh.
Ooh.
Are you froze, Kenny? Kenny, if you can still hear me, go ahead and reboot your camera and call back in. Sunrise River Quail is in the house from Oklahoma. Everyone stay warm. Yeah, you're froze all the way around, Kenny. Muddy Farms in the house. Hello, Tanya. How you doing? Mark says, Kiki behaved this evening. It's a kid-friendly show. There you are.
There we go.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Well, if you freeze again, just like I say, just disconnect and call back in.
All right. Yeah, just connected to a different network.
Yep. Nabiki says, are the calico feet feather sexable by their face marking? Yep, I can tell pansy feet from their face markings. Yes, they are. As a matter of fact, Nabiki, I'll bring it up real quick. If you look at that, I think on the lower right side talks about the being feather sexable. Joy Guthrie's in the house. Hi, everyone from Western Oregon.
Oregon. Nice.
Steve Day's in the house. Good-looking bird. Yep, I think so. Not talking to me. I don't understand this, but yay, the girlfriend May has a whole face, not just a peak. Sunrise River Quail says, welcome. Glad to have you all here. Donna Southwood says, hey, Kenny and May.
Hey, Donna.
Hello.
Kiki says, hi, Kenny.
Well, hey.
Why Heritage Homestead says, hello, everyone. Amanda Shepherd's in the house. Hello from Kentucky. I love their sounds. Christian B's in the house. Says, hi, Kenny. Hi, Terry. Hello. We already got the Was Kenny a Boxer. Mark Wilson says, hello, Kenny. I'm in Watkins Glen, New York. Only 2 hours from you.
Depending on who's driving, yeah.
All right. Nick says, question, did you get out of raising quail, Kenny? I know you were getting rid of your hatching time cages not that long ago.
Just temporarily. Just temporarily. Yeah, getting right back into it. So technically, no, I did not get out of raising quail.
Yeah, I did the same thing this past summer. I ended up getting rid of all my birds. Some of them were an accident. The other ones were, my doing. But yeah, I had to start over again.
It happens. I mean, during my quest, I've ended up having to start completely over one time too. But that was, an immediate turnaround. So this has been me without birds for a couple of months now.
That's winter time.
Yeah. Best time to go without them.
Yep. Cheryl's in the house from Western Kentucky. Robert Halverson says, hi from Minnesota. Love Kenny's cooking videos. Yeah,
thank you.
Nick says those calico fees look amazing. Yep, they do. Tim says, Kenny, what did the neighbors think when you first started keeping quail?
They didn't complain at all. Actually, nobody really said anything until the first time they got loose. And it became, what are those and what are you doing in my yard sort of deal. But,
right.
I mean, the roosters, my neighbor right behind me got used to the roosters. And when I got rid of them one morning, she came to me and asked, she's like, what happened to that noise I used to wake up to every day? But, they would start about 2 in the morning and keep going till about 11 in the morning.
Right.
But, yeah, they didn't mind at all.
Yeah. I had the same thing happen. I had my neighbor brought me one of my birds back after he got it away from his cat.
Oh.
Yeah. I was surprised the bird was in good shape. I mean, The cat didn't hurt it. He brought it home though. Kenny,
one of mine
Bill wants to know, Kenny, what's your favorite meal with quail?
fried. What about you?
That Italian sandwich
Oh,
that you made, the
yes, I
roasted
forgot about that.
quail with red roast.
Yeah, the Italian
It
quail
was
sandwich.
delicious.
Cool.
Yeah, got it.
Let's see. Kenny. James says, "Hey Kenny and the lovely May, I just sold my house, so I'll be out your way soon."
All right.
Chuck's
Coming
in
to
the house. Says,
Buffalo?
"Hey Kiki, Palestine, Texas, in the house."
Hey, hey. Palestine, Texas.
Farmer Brad says, "Is it better to raise only one kind of quail or multiple?"
Ooh. I've never raised only one kind of quail.
Right.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I started out with pharaohs only because I was only interested in meat and eggs, and it didn't take long, and I was getting into all the other colors, so it happens.
I mean, sparrows are the most consistent as far as meat and eggs, you know?
Yep. Jose's in the house. Says, "Hello, everyone from Southern California." LaRonda's in the house. Says, "Hey, all." Steve Hogan's in the house. Good evening from Tennessee.
There's a lot of folks in here.
Calico Fee, Calico Fee. Everybody's Calico Fee. Farmer Brad says those look really nice. Amanda says, "Whoop, I need eggs." Okay, I got a whole bunch of people saying Calico Fee. For those of you who don't understand why you're seeing so many comments that say Calico Fee, Michael from Southwest Game Birds has donated a 30 count of the new Calico Fee line that he's been working on. These are not yet available to the public, so someone tonight is going to get a 30 count, but you do need to comment Calico Fee in the comment section so we know that you're ready to receive the eggs should you win.
And congratulations in advance to whoever does win. I hope you have
Exactly.
a very successful hatching rate on that.
Yep, exactly. Crypto Maker says, which would you raise among these birds? Jumbo Wild, Jumbo Brown, Jumbo White Wing, or Pharaohs? That's kind of a that's a trick question.
What is a jumbo white wing, by the way? I've never even heard of that.
My Shire released a line of pharaohs that have a couple primary feathers, and they're calling them jumbo white wings, but I don't believe that they are actually true white wing pharaohs. I don't want to say anything more about that, but Crypto, the answer to your question, Jumbo Wild, Jumbo Brown are the same bird, basically. Actually, a Jumbo Wild could be considered a true pharaoh if they were clean. A Jumbo Brown is a true pharaoh with sex-linked brown on it, and the Jumbo White Wing came from the Jumbo Wild line. So, yeah, it's kind of like everything you named is all the same birds, basically. Nabiki says, "I'll make time and space for these."
I bet anybody would.
Yeah, I'm making room for mine. Ashton says Shop Talk was great. Appreciate that, Ashton. We are having another Shop Talk this Friday at 7:30 p.m., so join us there. Steve Hogan's in the house. His hatching time certificate. Let's see. The Rochelle Farm says, "Kenny, what are you doing to deal with the cold and water?"
Nothing this year. Last year, though, it was constantly shoveling a path out. I mean, I'm in Buffalo. So last year was constantly shoveling a path out to make sure that the birds that the chickens and quail had the chickens had a path to walk and that I could get to the quail. But in the wintertime, it was changing the water out sometimes up to 4 times a day.
Right.
but they also love to be supplemented. If you have snow, they stick it in there. They'll supplement themselves with it.
Yeah. I just talked to Allie yesterday from Maine's Confetti Quail Farm. She's up there by you in Maine. And that's what she said. She hasn't been able to water her birds for 2 weeks. She just gives them snow and they're doing fine.
Yeah. I mean, it translates to water,
Yeah.
So you use what you have. But I mean, it does get to be a worrisome situation if there's a blizzard or something and you can't get to them. So you got to make sure you stay on that shoveling if they're more than a few yards off of your house if you're
Sure.
keeping them outside.
Solo FX says, hey, New York Coturnix, can't wait for the alligator chili cooking show.
That's going to
Does
be a
sound
thing.
good.
Yep. I'm going to use alligator tail tenderized to make chili. That was an idea that was brought up. I think it was a live stream of making alligator kebabs or something like that. Yeah.
Right.
Alligator.
Where do you get alligator up there? I mean, where can you buy it from?
Restaurant Depot.
Oh, can you? Okay.
Yeah, they sell almost any and everything apparently, and
Right.
ended up ordering an Instacart too the first time, so I ended up going back there to get more.
There you go. Amanda Shepard says, what's the best advice for cold weather, frozen water, etc.?
Again, if you can set up an electric powered, waterer that keeps the water melted or whatever, that's all fine and well. But again, it's going to come down to changing that water out multiple times a day and snow if you have it.
Right. We did a live stream not too long ago. I believe it was with our moderator, Lauren. She has a water circulation system. It's got a heater and whatnot in it. So it's constantly circulating water. And if you look in the list of videos on our main page, you can find it. Or look in the playlist for the live streams. There's one in there talks about the water circulation thing. Jackie says, we love the hatching time cages. They work great. Yeah, I've got several of them, and they do work very good. There you go. Mark says, cold weather, a recirculating water flow system seems to be the best plan.
There you go. If it makes sense, definitely.
Yeah. Kelly Diaz says, hello, Kenny from Lenore City, Tennessee. Welcome.
Man. Lenore City. Wow.
Oh, wow. Bird Dog Quail Farm says, prayers. Richards is not here tonight. Had to stay at the hospital because he's too weak to move after chemo this morning. He will watch this when he feels better. Yeah, get better.
Hope you feel better.
Yeah, the replay will always be there. So just get better, get home. Ashton says, anyone know when the 12-inch white hatching time feeders will be available? Okay, I think you asked that last week. I did not know they weren't available. I saw them on the website, unless they're saying that they're sold out for now. Yeah, I'll have to check into that. Jackie Watkins says, Kenny, what is your favorite way to cook quail, and what's your most profitable way to sell? Thanks, Jackie Lenore in Tennessee.
Okay. So, favorite way, again, that would be fried, in my opinion. But then me and May were talking about the grilled Italian quail sandwich. As far as the most profitable, those recipes, by the way, are on the channel. The most profitable is definitely selling live quail. Yeah. Oh, the flock swap was pretty good. There was a flock swap over in, right outside of Ellicottville, New York. But selling live quail has definitely been the most profitable way to go because you can go anywhere from $2 to $8 a bird, depending on,
Right. Yep.
depending
I do
on
really
lot.
good with eggs. I mean, I do sell quite a few live birds, most of my culls, but I got a really good egg sales going on here for some reason. Lauren's talking to Amanda, says if you go back through the Coturnix Corner live videos, I think somewhere in late December, she did a video on the heated recirculated water system. It's in the playlist. Just look under Coturnix Corner Live playlist, and it's listed in there. Sunrise River Quail says, wonder how the keeping up the want for the eggs. Wonder how the keeping up for the want for the eggs. I don't know. Michelle says, May is the official taste tester.
Official.
I am. I'm allergic to alligator.
No way.
So I'm able to enjoy that chili.
You're seriously allergic to gator?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just found that out.
Yep.
I'll be
I was
darned.
like, oh, my lips burn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tim says, Kenny, I really enjoy your videos. I learned a lot.
Thank you. Much appreciated. I'm glad I could help.
Here's a good question. Amanda says, at what temperature should I start providing a heat source? What is the recommended heat source? And how cold hardy are quail?
Well, you could chime in on this too, of course, Terry. But as far as heat sources, I've only used heat sources for quail for the first maximum 4 to 5 weeks. Once I start to take them off of the heat a little, slowly, and then take them outside. And once they're outside, they're out there. I don't ever need a heat source after that. It's gotten down to 8 below. Birds are fine as long as they have a covered area. Yep. I really wouldn't worry too much about heat sources because they're really hardy birds.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, I mean, once they're fully feathered, they can go outside and handle some pretty cold temperatures. I mean, we got members up in northern Canada where it's, minus 40 and their quails survive just fine.
Yeah, if anything, I'd be more worried about a light source for continued egg production, get the covered area. And with my Italians, those were the ones, if anybody, that were going to do poorly in the cold weather. Because if I had to remove a bird once in a while, it was always an Italian.
Freedom Quail Farm says, what's your favorite way to cook quail and the craziest way you have ever cooked quail?
Again, fried or the grilled Italian quail sandwich. Craziest way I'd ever cook quail? What would you say?
I don't think it was a recipe per se. I think it was when we went to the park and cooked them bacon wrapped.
Oh man!
Bacon wrapped
quail on a park.
On a public grill.
Public grill.
Nice.
Rolled up and was like, okay, this is what we're gonna do.
Nice.
It was delicious.
Kelly gave us a super chat, $1.99. Thank you very much, Kelly. Guys, like I say, every time on the live streams, I don't expect super chats or donations or any of that kind of stuff. But it is much appreciated, and I will put it right back into the channel. So thank you very much, Kelly. James says, Kenny, are you actually shopping for a new place now, and are you staying in Buffalo?
I am staying in Buffalo for the time being, for at least the next 10 to 12 years. Definitely shopping for a place right now. We're in an apartment building. There is the option of moving into a bigger apartment in this apartment building, but would be more beneficial is to have a flat. Backyard, basement, and/or attic, that sort of deal. So that's what we're shooting for. Because I have a lot of stuff, so I need a lot of room. I'm going to need a room just to have for an office, that we can share actually. She works from home, and I work overnights, and then do the videography thing during the day. And I don't know exactly when I sleep, but it happens
whenever you can. Freedom Quail Farm says, have you noticed leg issues, shorter lifespans, or breeding issues with your larger quail?
I never noticed that. I would
either.
Get to them by the time they, got to about 6 or 7 weeks, the roosters at least. But no, I've never noticed any issues like that.
Okay. Bird Dog Quail Farm says, question, do killing cones save you time? We do around 100 at a time. I think he's talking about butchering, but
Yes, yes, and a lot of people will try to argue the point. Hey, all you have to do is pull their heads off, pull their heads. You can do that. 160 seconds. Thing is, that's great, but now you have 80 to 100 flopping birds getting blood all over your garage. Nobody wants that. So
right.
I figured with the four cones, I've done 30 birds at pretty quickly using that method. By the time you get to that fourth cone and get that
Yep.
fourth head off, that first one is already done with the convulsing and everything. So
Sure.
it might
And they're
slow the
bled
process
out.
down a little bit, but it makes it a lot cleaner.
Yep.
Ugh.
Del
Blood's not
Chuchu's
funny.
in the house. Hey, Terry, Kenny, and everyone. Greetings from Cuba. Welcome, Kenny. Or Del Chuchu.
Cuba.
I went there a couple years ago. It's beautiful.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah, I want to go there.
Before they replaced the band and
Right.
travel.
Linda's in the house. Says, hey, Kenny, long time no see. Just got here. Ma, too. Linda, your eggs will be going out probably Monday. So I'll shoot you a tracking number when I ship, but they will be going out.
Nice.
Mark says, Kenny, I'm a handyman and could always help you build new cages anytime. There you go.
I love it. Hope you're local.
Farmer Brad says, is there any harm leaving lights on 24/7?
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
No, I don't
I
either.
mean, I would try to mimic a natural light cycle as much as possible. I mean, like a 12-12 cycle or a 14-10, that sort of thing, even a 16-8, but definitely not 24 hours. I've left the lights on my birds for about a week at a time, incidentally, actually, because of me not using the app right on the timer, and they were moody. And they stopped spitting out eggs too for about 3 weeks. So, yeah.
Yeah, I do 16 on and 8 off, and my birds are laying around the clock. So, let's see, Calico Fee, Sunrise River Quail, Super Chat, another $1.99 Super Chat. Thank you very much. Like I said, that is not required, needed, but we will make some use of it. Kiki says, floofers, I want to raise meat rabbits this year. Cool.
Yes, that's also
Nabiki.
going. That's also happening.
Yeah. Nabiki says, I have curry chicken going tonight too. Kiki wants to know where she can find the rabbit recipe.
It is on my channel. I actually posted a link to the channel. The rabbit recipe is going to be the last video on the channel. Well, next to last video on the channel. Recipes in the description section. Also in the video.
Cool. Tracy says, love gator tail.
It's awesome. Tracy must be from Florida.
All right, they're talking to each other. Del Chuchu says, Kenny, ever tried guinea pig? I'm trying some soon.
I have not.
Me neither.
I have not. I haven't had any rodent at all. I'm not against the idea of trying guinea pig. It's just that I've had one as a pet, but then again, I've had chickens as pets. So,
Right. Nick says, awesome to see you, Kenny. Glad things are taking off with your photography.
Thank you. Much appreciated. We didn't freeze yet.
Freedom Quail Farm says, how did you season the rabbit? We just got into meat rabbits and are learning to cook them. Give us a cooking lesson, Kenny.
So for the curry, I use the basic curry recipe, poultry seasoning, curry, allspice, things like that. For the rabbit stew, that was a completely different recipe. All of it's on the channel. I didn't lock that one in, the Maltese recipe for the stew. And then there was the roast recipe, which was basically salt, pepper, rosemary, thyme. and a little bit of garlic powder. Thing is, though, with rabbit, if you're roasting rabbit, I just learned this, you have to make sure that you take it out as soon as it's the temp because it will get tough as it,
Okay.
as it cooks more.
It's good to know.
Brine your rabbit.
Brine the rabbit, yes.
At least 24 hours.
Yes.
Okay.
If you
tenderize, it really helps loosen up the meat.
Yeah, because I mean, we get the rabbit from a local slaughterhouse, so it's high rabbit, buy rabbit, and you don't want to eat it right away because it's going to be tough. And yeah,
So yeah, right.
there's a lot of rabbit recipes that I'm going to do that I'm going to be exploring in the future because that's probably going to be a staple meat. She's not allergic to it. She likes it. I love it.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
So
It's the other white meat.
Yeah, I love rabbit also. Robert says, I can't wait to try the rabbit. It looks good. I got 15 in the freezer. How do you decide what recipes to use? They are always a little different.
So I just go with something a little different every time until I find something that we like the curry. Here's the one thing with rabbit though. If you're making like a stew, go with a beef broth instead of a chicken broth. I know it's counterintuitive, but yeah.
Okay, Sunrise River Quail says, what kind of light timer do you recommend?
Honestly, you could just put a $5 tick 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 thing on a couple of plugs, and
Yeah, I've got a digital
smartphone.
one that works pretty good. I can't think of the brand name. I just went to Home Depot. It was like $15, and it works fine.
There you go. Smart bulbs or a smart switch attached to your bulbs will probably suffice, especially if you're on a go a lot. You can just, in the app, set your timers or have your, turn it off or on whenever you want.
Yep. Klaus said, so what was your girlfriend/wife reaction when you decided for quails? Were some rules needy?
No,
And I was met with no resistance.
no. Once I tasted it, and I knew that he didn't expect me to eat it if I
Right.
didn't like it, then I was okay. But they're pretty good.
Yeah, my wife's the same way. She loves eating quail.
And I can hear the babies in the background. How old are they?
2 days. It just came out of the incubator.
Ah,
Klaus
Nice.
says you probably see quails as a meat source mostly, but do you have some mutations that you like more than others and some that you can't look at?
there's none that I can't look at. But I mean, my favorite mutation are the Italians and
Yeah.
all of their problems. They're just nice to look at,
Yeah, I like the fawn gene myself. I always have.
And I mean, I've always
Let's-
wanted to look at pure Texas A&Ms, but those are few and far between.
They aren't. they're no longer.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
that line was gone a while ago. I
Ah,
mean, I know there's a lot of people out there selling white birds as Texas A&M, but they're not.
I didn't think so.
Yeah. Donna says, I like the cooking video. That sounds fun. James says, Kenny could use the eggs.
Yeah, I
Okay,
wish.
Lauren also posted the link to the your website.
Oh, thank you, Lauren.
Klaus says, I'm way behind on your videos. We'll fix that very soon. What happened with your chickens? How are they doing? Also, are you considering to build an aviary? And he likes your cages.
There will be an aviary in the future because of what happened with the chickens. um, my chickens were what I like to call urban free-range chickens. They escaped the backyard and they decided to stay escaped. They came back for food, but they became, locals. The neighbors would feed them, whatever.
Right.
It got to a point where they preferred to sleep on my neighbor's porch because they were able to perch a certain way. When they had a roost in their house, but they liked sleeping next to the barbecue grill where they were fed bread every morning.
French fries.
and French fries.
And French fries.
But one of my other neighbors, and I don't know who it was, but ended up reporting me for having chickens.
Really?
And I got a letter from the Department of Health, and I ended up giving the chicken. Well, I called over one of my friends, Jess Noon. She intended on taking both of the chickens. Uh, One of the chickens unfortunately died the day before she came to get them, so she only ended up with one of the chickens. But yeah, there will definitely be a pen next time, an aviary.
Right. That's the way to do
Yeah,
it. I love my aviary. Since I built it, I use it all the time. It's to me, it's like a big grow out pen for the birds that I call up the birds that I don't want to keep. They go out in the aviary, they grow out, and I butcher them. So
yeah, that's the way to go.
Peter says, Terry, do you typically lose any quail during the total time they spend in your brooder? Also, do you call extra small hatched quail or deformed ones? Thanks much. Very seldom do I lose any birds in the brooder. My birds only stay in the brooder about 10 to 12 days, and they're in a grow-out pen. Um, and yes, I do cull all birds that are small or are failure to thrive. Definitely anything deformed is culled. I'm very picky on the stuff that I keep for my breeding lines, so yeah, I do a lot of culling. James says, Kenny, can you describe the Pink Hat Network?
Pink Hat Network basically is a culmination of everything that I am going to be doing and am doing. Um, for his namesake, of course, I wear a pink hat everywhere I go, anytime I do an assignment. But basically, it started as me doing the news stories and everything. Like I'm not sure if you were here earlier in the live stream, but I do videography. I'm a stringer. I do news stories, so I can find myself in any neighborhood at any point in time, talking to whoever, or just getting footage of something miscellaneous. Just regular B-roll. Being that I'm taking a lot of time doing that, I decided to go ahead and make sure that everything else was incorporated in there. So long story short, Pink Hat Network is just everything that I'm doing. So that's going to be New York Coturnix. That's going to be my history videos that I'm going to be doing in the future. Excuse me, in the very near future. A lot of war history, U.S. history, stuff like that. I didn't want to have 19 different YouTube channels because I have ADHD. So why not just put it all together?
Right.
So yeah, it's just a work in progress. There's going to be a lot of stuff being added to the network in the coming months, and you know, if you do a search for Pink Hat Network or Pink Hat Video actually on YouTube, you'll find my channel with the big letter P because I haven't been able to switch the name up yet because I don't have the subscriber count that I need. It's
Gotcha.
been over a month, but I have to have that 100 subscribers to get to change it to youtube.com/C/anything but that binary string of numbers. So once I get there,
I know that one.
yeah, it'll be pretty soon because I think I'm at 80 subscribers or so right about now, and just under 4,000 on the New York Coturnix channel. Thanks to you guys, I appreciate
Cool.
that.
Very cool. Tim wants to know how long you raised quail for.
2 years now. Yeah, it's been exactly 2 years come March. I think
Okay.
I had my first hatch March 31st. So it's been a wonderful 2 years.
Okay. Freedom Quail Farm says, what has been your favorite quail color so far?
Italian.
Linda says, what's the best set of cages to start out with for the least amount of bucks?
Hmm. Ooh. Well, anything that you get commercially is going to cost a lot. Um, I took a design from Slightly Redneck, then variated that. This is before wood cost an arm and a tooth.
Yeah.
So I think that double tiered cage cost me less than $200 to build. That's about $400 to $500 in today's price, but that was slightly overkill. So you could legitimately get away with building something for less than $100 to keep outside. Same with indoors.
Right. Yeah, I would definitely. If money's an issue, I would build my own. And Linda, maybe you could get some of your people in your group to, spend a day and put some cages together for you.
Oh yeah.
Tracy says, how many quail do you find manageable amount on your own?
No more than 200. By myself, no more than 200. Yeah.
Let's see. Klaus says, about your cooking future plans, how often are you going to upload new videos per week? I tried some of your recipes and they were delicious as fantastic.
Thank you.
That's Klaus for you.
The intention is to do at least one a week moving
Cool.
forward.
Tara says, God bless from London, England. That's cool.
Thanks. Welcome.
Mark says, wish I was ready. Start raising now, but surgery had to come first. Yeah, absolutely. Got to worry
Yeah.
about your health.
Definitely.
What's your favorite
recovery, my
incubator
friend.
and how long have you been using it?
Terry's incubator. And just short of
Absolutely.
a year ago, I built it. I've had a
Y-
few incubators, and most of them were absolute trash.
Yeah.
I mean, there was one that was good for chicken eggs, I guess, but it had a slot. The fan and the heating element were up under, and it was just enough space for baby quail chicks to fall through. So that wasn't
Yes.
the best one. I did a video on that one too, if I'm not mistaken. But Terry's incubator definitely the way to go
And they're
because you can
still
make it
going
whatever
strong.
size you want.
Yeah.
Huh?
They're still going strong. I know
Yeah.
literally hundreds of people that are using that same design and they're doing great.
Yeah. And
So
I was thinking of making a half size one with the top loader. I'm like, take the design and bastardize it.
there's I can't remember the name of the guy's channel. I would know it if I seen it. He did exactly that. He built that same incubator, but a single shelf, so it only held one turner. And I watched the video today, and it was really cool. I wish I could remember the name of the channel.
It's in your YouTube history.
Yeah. Let's see. Robert says Fab Feet are one of my favorites. I will be putting my groups together soon. Should I go for mostly gray or does a little brown mix in float your boat? Well, I mean, if you got brown mixed in there, that's just going to be a heterozygous Fab Fee. A homozygous is going to be your true grayscale version of the Fab Fee. David Fannon's in the house. David is the husband of Naomi from Kansas City Quail Farm. Welcome, David. Glad you could join us.
KC.
Chuck Young says, anyone tried quail in the crock pot with maybe some mushroom soup?
Huh. Not yet. That's going to happen.
Oh, quail in the
I think
air
my
fryer.
wife was talking about doing that at one time.
Yeah. Crock pot quail. Oh, give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Yep.
Quail in the air fryer is good too.
There you go.
Very good.
Michelle says, Kenny would love to hear the story of your first exposure to quail. We'll go back to that one when he gets back in the house.
Well, my first exposure to quail was actually when I was on YouTube looking at whether it would make sense for me to raise chickens or not.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't find it the case that it would be that it would make sense to raise chickens at all. So it became a issue of smaller birds.
Right.
And that, brought me right to pheasant, grouse, quail.
Yep.
And of course, the lesser of all of those evils are going to be the quail. Um, and I watched videos for probably about a good year before I went in and did anything. You
Yeah.
know, I studied a lot of Terry's videos and a lot of the slightly redneck videos. And there was another guy, it's a British guy or an Australian guy, I can't remember.
Oh yeah.
Self-sufficient me, was it?
Self-sufficient me. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. He provided a lot of information, and between
I
the
tried to
three of
get him
you,
to come on the show, but I don't know. I guess he changed his mind or is just too busy. I don't know.
probably. But
Yeah.
yeah, between you guys, it was I felt pretty confident that it was something that I wanted to get into. Thanks for that.
Yep. Mine was the same way. Where we're at, I kept chickens, but we're only allowed to keep 4 hens. Can't keep a rooster. So I
Yeah,
thought this is ridiculous. And I went from chickens. I had barred rocks and I think they were New Hampshire Reds. And then I went and I got some silkies. I figured I can keep a bunch of silkies because they're so small. But
that's so
then I got
smart.
into quail and I went crazy with them. Okay, David says, when you get to your bigger place, are you going to raise just quail or other critters like rabbits and or chickens? And what's your favorite recipe? There we go, the recipes.
Definitely rabbits as well. I don't know about the chickens right away. That'll definitely come later after I build a proper aviary. Um, and what was the recipe question again?
Favorite recipe?
Uh, Fried quail or grilled Italian quail.
Yep.
Air fried quail is delicious.
Air fryer is amazing.
Yes.
Is
Just
it? Because, yeah, we just got an air fryer not too long ago. I want to try that.
Oh, it's
yeah, don't sit on it for 3 years before you crack it open. It's worth it's worth using.
Right. Glenn says, finished my incubator running a test with chicken eggs, 99 to 100 degrees, 60% humidity, quail eggs to follow. Cool.
Nice.
Klaus said, did you start already with jumbo quail or did you create them? Do you like the mixed color in the group or just the group of one color?
Jumbo, I mean, as far as production, jumbos will always be my favorite. But that's what I started with my first set of eggs. But by the second or third set of eggs, I had a fair mixture of
Right.
everything running around. Yeah. I think my
Uh,
third set of eggs were just given to me, and it was just a mixed set of everything.
right. Thurston says, I love my quail, just hatched out 21 Fab Fee, and they are already getting so big. Yeah, they do grow quick.
Nice.
Farmer Brad said, I became a wholesaler for Cackle Hatchery, and it looks like jumbo Cornish availability is already pushed back to April, already back to April. Wow.
What?
Robert says, hello from Hayden, Alabama. I have 10 quail and get eggs every day. Congratulations and welcome. Valerie's in the house. Hey, from Mid-State Haddam, Connecticut. Hope I said that right.
Adam, you did.
Bree's in the house. Says, hey. Did I say it right?
Oh yeah.
Klaus said, sorry for a lot of questions. Do you use water during incubation or do you go with the dry hatch for incubation? Is there something you have learned from your first incubators?
I always use water. I keep water in a cup, so I can switch it out, control the humidity level. Um, if anything I've learned from my first couple of hatches is keep that temperature steady. You got to watch it and make sure that the humidity is at a constant level as well. But
Right.
if anything, don't get excited once the hatching starts and, start opening up your incubator because you'll ruin everything with the
Okay, go
shrink wrap.
big 007. Out of our first hatch for our Celadon Blue Dilute. Test batch 27 out of 29 hatch. So excited. Hey from Louisiana. Welcome. And congrats on the hatch.
Yeah, that's a lot of folks in here.
Jeff
135.
says hello from Abbeville, South Carolina. Welcome to the show. I knew somebody was going to ask this. I was just waiting on it. Patricia wants to know, why are we saying calico? Because we're giving away some calico fee eggs tonight, which were donated by Southwest Game Birds, and I need to know who, one, wants the eggs, and two, who is set up and ready to receive the eggs. Genuine Toe Tags says, does anyone know where to get True Blues? Talk with Michael at Southwest Game Birds, or if you can get a hold of William Carl Foster, he should be able to point you in the right direction. All right, skipping over some of these. All right, let me get down here and look at. Here's Klaus with another question. Do you have some favorite quail or quails that you won't eat, or you put dressing on each of them? Klaus, he cracks me up.
There was one that had immunity, and that was my that was my stepdaughter's pet, Snowy. Right. And yeah, Snowy was an Italian that had a perfectly V-shaped patch on top of her head.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I tried to.
She had the immunity. Yeah, she was the one that escaped and got onto the she got into the pool and she was waterlogged.
I remember that. I think I remember you saying that because I asked you if the bird was okay after you fished him out of the water. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
That's
Chuck says just starting back with quail and have about 5 empty cages. Would love to put calico fee in them. Okay. Jackie says, when you're trying to build a business, do you want more chicks or more eggs for short term?
Chicks.
My problem is I hatch out way too many chicks. I mean, if I have eggs, they go in the incubator. I'm just constantly hatching out stuff so I can, cull through them and try to pick out the best that I can get.
That 6-week turnaround, though, on eggs is excellent, Yeah.
Let's see. Farmer Brad said, I saw the $3 sign for calico fee. What would an adult calico fee sell for in most markets? That I don't know. And I don't even know. Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't. Get a hold of Michael over at Southwest Game Birds. He'll let you know. Alan Floyd says, Florida in the house. Welcome. Tim says, how big of a flock did you start with, and how big of a flock do you want to get to?
I started with about somewhere between 18 and 30, and at most had about 250, which was manageable, but it was a lot. I mean, I want to maintain a flock of no more than 200, moving forward. A consistent 150 to 200 will do. I mean, at least that way I'll be able to sell eggs, cold whenever I want to, and
sure,
keep the line going.
Peter says hello from sunny Sarasota, Florida. Cool. Just up the street from me. Jackie Watkins says, Terry, do you prefer your wire cages or the hatching time cages? They seem really close. I do different things with the different cages. My wire cages are more of a breeding cage for a larger group of birds. My hatching time cages is where I do specific breeding projects where I might put one male, and 2 hens. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't prefer. I kind of use both of them, so I really can't live without either one of them. Well, I guess I could, but I like having both of them. Go Big 007 says, what was your worst mistake you've made? That's to you, Kenny.
Good question.
Oh, man. Well, we all make mistakes. I'll tell you what, between the incubator and, well, the not the incubator that I made, but the one incubator that had the faulty flooring, and I ended up losing a bunch of chicks that way. Between that and the one time where I started a hatch and didn't latch the incubator closed, this would be the, Terry incubator.
Yep.
Yeah, that hatch turned out pretty bad because I had him in there for 2 days without being latched. So I didn't check the temperature like I should have. It's too much confidence. So I mean, biggest mistake is always going to be having too much confidence. You got to monitor this stuff.
Sure.
You know,
Gotta take care of them.
dealing with lives here.
Okay, Wyatt Heritage Homestead says 37 quail in my office while watching. They just turned 5 weeks and the boys are so talkative. Yes, they are. Just finished their outside pen and have a few warm days ahead, so they're going outside. Great. Congratulations.
Nice.
Klaus wants to know if you've ever tried celadons, and if so, do you like them?
I've had a few by chance. I mean, and the thing about it is, I had so many birds that I couldn't even tell you which ones were the celadons. I just,
Which ones were laying? Yep.
oh, another blue egg. Nice. Where are you?
Jackie says, what breeder has the biggest jumbo quail for meat? I'm going to say Anita from AJ Farms LLC. Those are the biggest jumbos that I've ever hatched. But Michael, Southwest Game Birds, Naomi from Kansas City Quail Farm, they all carry that JMF line. So, yeah, either of those three would be excellent to get your jumbos from. Another super chat from Kelly, Calico Fee. What is the best quail for eggs? You have a specific color?
Well, I mean, you're gonna get your nice size eggs from your jumbo pharaohs. I mean,
Yep.
my opinion, that's gonna be always the best. I mean, as far as meat and eggs, that's your gold standard right there.
I'm going to say the best quail for eggs is a hen. I was waiting for that one to settle in. Okay. Double Crown says, hey, from Texas, grilling quail as we speak. Cool. That's my favorite way to eat quails, off the grill.
Oh yeah.
James says, question for May. How does alligator stand up to quail?
Oh, it's totally different. What did I say it was like? It was like a meatier, like a beefier chicken.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree 100%.
It's totally different. So I do like alligator, but I just can't eat it. So
And I love it.
whereas quail is like dark meat chicken,
Mm-hmm.
alligator is beefier chicken, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it makes sense
Definitely
to me.
tastes like it's been in the water.
Right. Klaus wants to know, how often do you eat quail?
Twice a month, at least.
Mine's pretty much every week.
It was a lot more than you had them.
Yeah, because I have to buy them now.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Chuck wants to know, how long do you fry them? I tried frying, but I think I left them in too long, a bit on the tough side. Yep.
So that I'm not sure if that would have been a result of leaving them in too long or cooking them too early after culling. It could have gone either way.
Mm-hmm.
Always, of course, let your meat rest, get past that stage of rigor mortis, if that was possibly the thing. As far as frying time, I'd say a little bit less than chicken. So if you're frying a drumstick, you could compare that to a quail or whatever. And whereas it might take 10 or 12 minutes to do that drumstick, you're looking at 8 to 10 minutes to do the quail. Because it's,
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
not-
As far as you gotta let them sit for a day or two in the refrigerator in a brine or whatever, just to let that rigor mortis go away.
Mhm.
And what my wife does, she cuts the she separates the legs from the breast, and she cooks them up separate because there's different cooking time, and
Yeah.
it works out perfect every time.
Well, that's
Oh, that sounds good.
Namiki
Would love
says, I had
that.
a neighbor call me for a loose quail, and it wasn't mine. Apparently, someone else in the area has some too.
I love it.
Ooh, adventure time.
Let's see. Calico Fee. Everybody's Calico Fee. Klaus says, speaking about the neighbors, I asked before I started uh, mine, and they were like, quail, what is that, an animal? So I feel pretty safe. Klaus.
Look at your teaching your neighbors about nature.
Okay. Here's another one from Klaus. Also would like to know, where did you get your birds from? Local breeder or some genetic farm?
Ooh. So, I had my first hatch was from eBay. I don't know where they came from. I think it was somewhere in Texas. Um, but since then, I've gotten them from White's Family Farmhouse, My Shire Farms, a few other places.
Mm-hmm.
That I met these folks on Facebook. Mostly My Shire Farms though. I got 2 or 3 deliveries from White's Family Farmhouse.
Right.
Excellent turnover rate on the eggs. And I can't think of the other ones right off the top of my head, but they were all reputable sources that participated in Facebook groups, things of that nature.
Sure.
I have yet to be scammed on eggs.
Right. Javana says, Kenny, what's the most unique thing you've cooked?
Most unique thing I've cooked? Alligator. Definitely alligator. Orange alligator kebabs, a carnival favorite of mine. I like it so much I went home and, found a
Right.
recipe for it. It's actually on the Department of Agriculture's page for Florida. Yep, that recipe.
Go Big 007 says, Terry, have you done a quail barn tour? How hot does it usually stay during the summer months? In the summer, it gets really hot down here, but my shop is air conditioned. The first year I went without air conditioning, and it was horrible. The flies were terrible. So I put in a new exhaust system. And have I done a barn tour? No, not recently. I think I did one when I first got into quail, but I haven't done one recently. Check us out on Friday on Shop Talk Live. We do that live right from the quail room, so you can get a pretty good idea what's going on out there. 3932L says, Terry, how many quail do you have at one time? Calico Fee. On an average, I have about 300 quail. Sometimes I'll get, maybe 100 more or so than that, but those are usually just, like 100, 200 chicks in the brooder. I go through chicks pretty quick. Linda says, how many cages would you need to start out and have both eggs and meat?
Technically, only one.
Yeah, technically, yeah. I mean, they can lay and they can be butchered.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how many you're looking to have. I mean, and if you want them to be comfortable or not, there's a few factors there. But I mean, you can get away with one cage, or I
Right.
mean, 2 if you want to just have roosters in one and hens in the other one. But you're not going to get fertile eggs that way, of course. There's endless configuration.
Yep. Klaus wants to know, are you planning on building more outdoor cages, or do you prefer the hatching time cages? If so, would you change the design of your outside setup?
Yes, I plan on building more outside cages, and yes, I am changing the design of that outside setup. No more double-tiered cages.
Right.
And
Women Feather
yeah,
says, hey from
definitely.
North Idaho. Loves some calico.
Kind of incorporate a whole.
10 Tension 10 says, I just watched the bacon wrap video yesterday.
Nice.
Let's see. On the topic of calico feed, this is Rooted Feather. What are some other future breeding projects of yours? Anything with Celadon? If you're talking to me, I don't do Celadon, but what about you, Kenny?
I mean, if I can isolate my celadons in the future, I definitely will. You know, for the sake of having that constant, because I know those blue eggs are beautiful and they're always in demand. So, I mean, that would be the plan, but I'm not going to focus too much energy on it because
Right.
usually, even with 100 birds, I'll only have 3 layers.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not even gonna mention that. Not talking to me. Madeline wants to know, what are your favorite seasonings when cooking quail?
Poultry seasonings, salt, pepper, and rosemary.
Okay, cool. I like this. Klaus says, last one, I promise. Where or how did you learn to cook?
My mother taught me. Well, my mother taught me cooking shows. My mother made me watch cooking shows. My grandmother just let me do whatever I wanted to in the kitchen, and I was just watching. You know. Oh,
Yep.
and I used to be a cook, so trial by fire. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Linda wants to know, do you soak your dressed rabbits in milk overnight before you cook them? If not, try that.
Yeah, I did read that. I have not tried that. I use salt water. And the next thing I was going to try was pickle juice because I heard that was pretty awesome before you fry something. But
Yep.
the milk, I'm going to try that because I have been thinking of that since I read that comment. I'm like, that's definitely good for breaking down muscle.
We have a
There you
whole
go.
rabbit in the freezer.
Oh, nice. Richie says, Kenny and Terry, do you freezer and or cook quail right after culling, or should you let them set in the refrigerator for a certain amount of time?
Definitely let them sit.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do
I let
both.
that
I
root
freeze and I, cook them right after they've been culled.
Yeah.
Can you put a link to his cooking channel? What is the link to your cooking channel?
I'll put it up right now. Give me one moment. I'm gonna get that over here for you. I'm gonna put the link to the playlist up.
There you go.
Okay. So
Shane Thomas says, question for Terry. How did your air filter work out? Are the filters lasting longer? Yeah, the cube filter worked really well. I've made so many changes to my shop as far as the exhaust fans setups go now that I don't need the cube filter anymore, but I am still running a single filter, and it's been on there for about 2 weeks, and there's very little stuff on that filter. So I think putting the exhaust fan in the shop, it's a pretty good exhaust fan. It's drawing out 730 cubic feet per minute, and you can tell by looking at the blades of the fan and by the shutters that it's drawing a lot of the dander and stuff out with it. So, but yeah, the 4-filter air filter, I was actually going to build one that I could mount on the roof of my quail room. I just got to figure out how I can change the filters, without too much hassle. Okay. Miriam says, hey, from Southern California. My husband and I would love to raise some calico feed quail. Special thanks to Papa Coturnix, Terry, for sharing your knowledge. Congrats to Kenny and May. Y'all are cute. There you go.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Kiki says, Pink Hat Network. I subscribe. Great.
Thank you.
Let's see. Michael Perry says, any good recipes with quail you recommend?
All of them.
Yeah.
But definitely
Miriam
that's
just
really time
subscribed to the Pink
saved.
Hat Network.
Thank you.
Does the Fijian, this is Terry, does the Fijian eliminate the sex link brown? Um, I'm going to say no, because if it did, everybody would be breeding Fee to their Pharaohs to get a clean line. I don't think, if Klaus is still in here, Klaus is the one to ask for that, but I'm almost 100% sure that it does not eliminate the sex link brown, it just masks it. So if Klaus is in here, answer that. Marcus says, when did you realize raising quail for meat and eggs was for you? Was for you?
Uh, After doing a bunch of research, like I said a little bit earlier, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't getting in over my head, and I knew that I wanted some sort of, at home natural source of meat and eggs. I really thought it was going to be chicken stuff.
Right.
Too much work. So I pretty much knew immediately. I just wanted to make sure that I would be able to handle it. So
Right.
did all the homework.
Okay, Loranda says, I love Terry's incubator design. It's fantastic. Great, thank you.
Yeah.
Yusuf's in the house. He says, hello, everyone. I just had a break from everything for a few weeks for personal reasons. Sorry I didn't attend any lives or didn't do any 18 and under updates. I'm so happy to be back with the Quail family. Glad to have you in here. By the way, hello from Lexington, Massachusetts. Glenwell says, I made mine as a top loader single tray. There you go. That's what you were talking about, Kenny?
Yep.
The top loader single?
Yep. And just cut everything pretty much in half.
One Republic says, I got 2-day-old quails. How to tell their sex? I got jumbo Coturnix. You're going to have to wait till they're about 3 weeks old before you can sex them.
Yeah.
The hens will have a speckled chest, and the roosters will have kind of a reddish-brown plain chest. Andrea Perry says, I used Terry's incubator design too in a wine cooler. Love it. Good idea.
Yeah. There you go. I was gonna kill the wine cooler, but I'm like, no. I'm gonna use it for a
Use it for the
egg
wine?
chiller. No, for egg chiller.
There you go.
The compressor's kind of messed up on it.
Right. Donna says, do you have to turn eggs in the incubator? I just did a video on that not too long ago. Short answer is you don't have to. I recommend that you do use a turner, but you could lay the eggs in there on their sides and they will hatch. There we go. Grafted Branch Homestead was the name of the channel, Terry. Thank you very much, Sunrise River. You are right.
Good call.
I'm just kind of skipping over these. We're running a little late, so I want to get through this as quick as possible. Kevin says, is there any special cleaning or antibacterial cleaning for hatching eggs?
I mean, you could use. They sell egg cleaner. I've hatched
Not for
some
hatching
dirty
eggs,
eggs,
though.
but yeah, I've hatched some dirty eggs, and I mean, it really usually makes no difference.
Yeah, you don't want to clean hatching eggs.
Yeah,
Just collect clean eggs.
I mean, you can knock the poop off of them or whatever if there's that kind of debris, but definitely don't want to soak them in all that good stuff or do any excessive brushing.
Yep, Klaus says, Mark from Self-Sufficient Me, that would be gold. He's amazing, very honest gardener. Yeah, I tried multiple times. I have contacted him. I only heard back from him once. I've got a few people, big names that I'm waiting on, but they...
Seems like a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, he is. He's just busy. I mean, his channel's huge, I can imagine he's probably every day doing videos, so... Michael Rose is in the house. Always nice to see you on the channel, Kenny.
Thank you.
That is Southwest Game Birds. Peg says, hi, Kenny from California.
We'll be there soon.
Yeah, Kiki says I do not wash hatching eggs. Terry, I know you use the same temperature controller that I do. Is the temp fluxing from 99 to 100 harmful for the eggs when the light goes off and on? No, it's actually, if it's fluctuating between 99 and 100, your average is going to be 99.5, so you're right in the zone. Patricia wants to know what incubator you use.
Yeah, our own. Terry's design. Again, pretty awesome. It's on his page. A few people have definitely made it and variated it. And it's
Yeah,
definitely
a lot of people have made it.
definitely a good design.
Del Choo Choo says, Kenny, do you ever get to Miami? I'll be back in Florida sometime this year.
I've never been to Miami, but I suppose in the next year we'll make our way there, definitely. It doesn't cost that much to fly there from Buffalo either.
All right. All right, I'm skipping over some of these questions that have already been asked. Velo says, are quail cost effective? Can I raise them on my enclosed front porch? I have everything to start, but the house sailed by went sideways. Oh, I need the house.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yes to all of that. Only thing is, of course, you're going to want to watch out for flies. If it's an enclosed front porch, that sounds like you may run the danger of the flies getting into the house if there are flies. But yeah, I mean, I would definitely go for it. If I had an enclosed front porch, that's probably where I would put them.
Well, that's what I did. I mean, I have an enclosed carport, and that's where mine are at.
There you go.
Let's see. Michael Perry says, are you breeding to try to get a certain color? If so, what?
Not enough. How about you, Terry?
Right now, I am in the process. I'm taking 1 year to, it's probably going to take more than 1 year, but I'm trying to clean up all the base colors. Once I get the bases clean, then I will start concentrating on different mutations. But the problem that you run into here in the States is everything's muddied up with, I won't say everything, but a lot of the base colors are muddied up with other stuff. So what I want to do is clean them up and then worry about, breeding the different mutations and whatnot.
Right.
Let's see. Skip that. If you remember the video, this is to me, Terry, if you remember the video you watched recently, would you pin it here? Do a search for Grafted Branch Homestead here on YouTube. That is where I watched that video. Freedom Quail Farm says, I just started our channel. What is the best way to get subscribers and keep them interested?
Keep
Content. Yep. You've got to put out content. And I wouldn't worry about just getting subscribers, because the subscribers will come once you have the content. And try to get on a schedule where, if you're doing a video every week, do it every week. People don't like to be, thrown off. IL Chicken TV says, any experience feeding quail on spent brewery grain?
Not at all.
I never tried it. No. Oh, you already answered that one. Way to go, Kenny. Keep making videos. They will come. Best way to cook quail eggs.
What happened? Oh.
Best way to cook quail eggs.
Oh. No. My opinion so far is bola bola. There's a recipe, pork ball surprise with quail egg in the center. That recipe on my channel, I actually got permission to use that recipe from another YouTuber. I saw that recipe. I'm like, I got to try this. And yeah, it's basically you make a meatball out of pork ball and some other seasonings, and there's a quail egg on the inside.
Really?
It's amazing.
Never had it. I like omelets. I make every morning. I have a quail egg omelet, and I love them.
Nice.
Triple X Triple Y says, how long should you wait from culling to cooking? I know pheasants taste better after hanging for a while. Same thing. I've always purchased my quail to eat.
A day, 2 days, depending on how if you keep them on ice in the refrigerator for 12 to 24 hours, you pretty much done what you need to do.
Yep.
There's also brining, of course, but I would say no less than 12 hours from culling to the pot.
Okay.
It might.
This is the one I want to see. Kenny, could you do a balut cooking video with a taste test?
Balut. So balut, for those of you who don't know, is a partially developed egg. So you'll have an embryo inside, and it's a delicacy in a lot of countries.
Yeah.
I don't know. That might have to be a live video where I'm doing some other stuff. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they challenged me to that too, and I said I don't think so. Michael Perry says, would you do an instructional video on your new cages, Kenny?
Yes, I will.
Holly wants to know, you started to talk about the changes you were planning for the outside cages, no double layer. Did you want to mention your improvement ideas?
Well, again, no double layer. Rollout egg rollout thing. Definitely want to put it at a slant. I'm not going to make the cage as deep, if you will, as I made the other one. The top cage, I have to stand on a box or something to reach all the way in there to get to the back of it. I mean, it wasn't very well planned, so much as it was, well thought. I thought I was, doing the best thing possible, but I should have just left it at a tier and built 2 of them.
Okay. Klaus has answered that question earlier. Fee will just hide sex link brown. It's not an easy thing to get rid of. That's what I thought. Bird Dog Quail Farm says, instead of curry, can we use different peppers? We grow over 100 different peppers every year for powders and salt.
Ooh, nice.
There you go. Get hooked up with them, Kenny.
10K subscribers, I'll do balut.
There you go. We're going to have a contest now. All right, I am going to push down to the bottom because we are running very long on time here.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going on 9 o'clock. I try to keep them right around 90 minutes, no more, but tonight's kind of special with the giveaway. So, Katie Close says, have either of you tried an automatic egg peeler with success? I finally did. I did one video where I did not recommend it. There was the electric egg peeler, and
I remember that.
Yeah, well, I didn't recommend it because I tore the eggs up and I did really lousy. Well, the seller of that product contacted me and said, hey, I will send you another one, but this is how you have to use it. And as soon as I followed her instructions, it worked perfect. I mean, I can peel 100 eggs in 5 minutes, and they're all, correctly peeled.
I actually found one online for a decent price and ordered it. Just to be told 2 weeks later the thing was on back order, so they gave me my money back.
Right.
But I haven't had a chance to use an egg peeler yet.
They work good. All right, guys, we are down to the bottom of our questions. So I am going to go ahead and announce the winners. The winner of the $50 gift certificate from Hatching Time is going to go to Steve Hogan. So Steve, congratulations. I need you to email me at terry@coturnixcorner.com I need your name, email address, and phone number. And the Linda says she has the hand crank peeler and love it. Yeah, I've seen them too. And the winner of the Calico Fee eggs is going to go to Nabiki. She is going to get the eggs. Nabiki, I need you to send me your shipping information. I need name, address, all your shipping information, along with a phone number and an email address. So get that to me, and I will forward that over to Michael Rose at Southwest Game Birds. That's pretty much it out of me. Kenny, is there anything you wanted to add before I close this one out?
Adding a couple of links, and was requested the best way to get in touch with me. That would be through my email, mainpinball@gmail.com. Yes, that is a Who reference. Once again, it's mainpinball@gmail.com. I did post the link to the Pink Hat Network page. You guys can subscribe to that. That would be great, because that is it's going to have everything that New York Coturnix has on it moving forward, and that's going to be where the meat of most of my projects go. Thank you again, Terry, for having us on here.
Absolutely.
That's awesome of you.
And May, thank you very much for joining him. I didn't want to have to look at Kenny all night.
I don't like to either.
All right, again, guys, thanks both of you guys for coming on the show. Thanks to everyone in the chat room for all the great questions. Thanks for joining us tonight. We had quite a few visitors. We're actually at 131 watching right now. That's really great. Thank you for the super chats. Like I said, that will go right back into making another video, something to do with the channel. Let's see. I also want to thank our sponsors. I want to bring them up one more time. Southwest Game Birds and Hatching Time. They do a lot for the channel and donate prizes to give away each week, so I appreciate it. Guys, join us this coming Friday at 7:30 p.m. right here on the YouTube channel for our Shop Talk series. We have this week's shows coming up. We're going to be talking about how I go through and sort my birds, how they're selected, what I'm looking for as far as, conformity, color, and that kind of stuff. So that was actually requested last week, so that's why we're doing that one. So again, Kenny and May, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And everybody out there, we'll see you guys next week. Have a good night.
Thank you.
You too. Thanks. Stay safe.
Bye-bye.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
All right.